Welcome back, Alchemist. This is the 100 Millionaires Podcast. My name is Walter Murillo. I'm hanging out with Mitch Jaworski and Mike Shine. Mike, bring us in.
Passive income from passive income.
And Mitch, how do we do it?
Gotta organize and collect.
So it's been pretty cool the past couple of days. Mitch has been here with me. I know the week before, Mitch was out there with you, Mike, and Roatan. And we were in a recession. So last night we were talking about recessions. Doug was talking about like the mindset of like overcoming it. Like how do you could say there's no deals, there's deals nowhere, or the deal is here, right? So I can't remember what the sentence was.
Here.
The deals are now here, or deals
are nowhere.
So like he put this thing on the slide, and like even me, I was like, the deals are nowhere. It was like the first thing my mind saw, and I realized no, like the deal is now here. So like mindset during a recession, mindset during like economic changes, because really it's just everybody else's, thing that's going on. Just prices of things are changing. That's really the shift. Like supply and demand has shifted, but good people still go solve problems, and people still have problems, whether it's a recession or whether we're in a giant boom going up and to the right. So I wanted to talk about like, what would we do as millionaires? Like each one of us just kind of go around the room and just be like, what would you do if you had to start from zero where you're at today? And like, how would you get back to your current like financial situation? Like, so starting with Mitch, what would you do if you had to start from zero?
Oh, hey, let me interrupt for 1 second. I did want to point out that T. Harv Eker in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, he always makes a big distinction between the economy and my economy, because people did make money during the Depression, and people made lots of money in 08 and 09 and 10. So I don't know. I mean, I know that all the news is saying recession, but I think our economies are doing pretty well right now. So
and my economy is always up and to the right. It doesn't matter what the market's doing, because we just shift our tactics and we shift our business to serve the market better, right? Like we've always thought about what happens when the market drops out. So if we can't make one play, we'll just shift over to the other play. We've always had them sitting there. The staff stays in place. We just shift what they're doing with everything else. So I like that, Mike. So Mitch, if we were to say, what would you do if you had to start from nothing? Just all the paper was taken away. We just said, for now, we're going to take it away from you, and you had to start fresh. But what would you do? Like, you got no
undercover billionaire.
Go play lotto. No, I'm kidding.
Play lotto.
Kidding.
There we go.
So
that's what every broke person watching is like.
Exactly.
See, you have to get lucky.
Exactly. It's funny too, because we did this a year ago, pretty much, kind of talking about this, which is always good to touch on because I think it changes. So for me, a year ago, I actually was like, kind of like, that's a good question. I was really kind of like thinking about, what I would do, and didn't really have clarity. And now, as I've learned more about myself, and apparently in, recent years, I've been called like a super connector, which is awesome. Apparently I connect people with things they need. I connect people to the people they need. So I would actually leverage that in terms of actually, monetizing it, whether it's through, affiliate links, whether it's through getting percentages of deals or whatever it is. So I think that's a tool I have, or a skill I have, that now I can use to build wealth again. Because like, it doesn't take any money to do that. That just is my network, or, just my ability to recognize like, hey, you're trying to do X, so-and-so has exactly what you need, or, this is the partner you need, or whatever it is, or whatever. It's like, I know a friend that has a deal that, you're looking to, do a similar thing. And it just happens all the time. So, getting involved in that. And like I said, even if it's doing something as simple as affiliate business, or if it's being part of deals because you're creating that social capital and or even deal sourcing as opposed to bringing capital. So
where'd you live? Like if you lost your house, right? If you lost your house, so you get none of your assets,
that's not going to happen
because you got a paid off house, right? So that makes you like a little more laissez.
I am recession proof.
So you have really built yourself into a really good financial situation. So let's say you lost the house for whatever reason, government came and seized your shit, but you were the only one. It's not like they put a new law in place where everybody gets seized. Just your one building.
Okay.
Yeah, and like they didn't pay you at all, like, or they got to pay you like a year from now. Like, what is your play? Yeah.
That's a whole curveball of a question. I mean, luckily I have, awesome family and friends, I would probably go crash with someone right off the bat just to like get on my feet. And then, from there, I'd probably find it. I mean, if I could find a value add deal that I could house hack so that I can basically not only find my first investment starting over again, but I could also double that as somewhere to live.
Smart.
So house hack with, none of my own money into it, which is doable.
Smart. Yeah, I like that.
It might not be in South Florida, but I can find it somewhere.
So to get back to the net worth, so like you definitely would do some income from affiliates or like kind of making connections, marketing a little bit, and like so that would be income. You wouldn't be like out on the streets because
that creates some income to pay the bills.
So what about your net worth? What would be the play right now to get your net worth?
I mean, part of that is rolls into what you said about finding housing is like basically doing a house hack deal where I'm no money out of pocket. And then from there, I can do the value add refi and therefore create some net worth right there.
Some alpha.
To get the ball rolling. Because that's what you got to do. You got to get the ball rolling, right? And then basically my goal would be to start building the snowball again, right? Because that's what it is when it comes to net worth. You got to start building that snowball, right? And getting that momentum. And it's always going to be a grind, that first couple of years. But that's because you're packing the snowball to get it ready to roll down the hill so it can start doing the work for you.
Yep.
So that's basically what I'd be doing. I would be packing the snowball, to use an analogy.
I like it. What about you, Mike? I know when we first dropped this on you right before the podcast, you were like, I haven't thought about this. I'm always in a mindset of abundance. I always have more. So let's say,
I think I would focus on my businesses that are already running. I mean, do I still have my law degree and my title agency licenses?
I guess you got your law degree and your title agency license, but for some reason, like your staff was like all like they left for whatever reason. Like they got
I'd start a new title company in Florida, and because I've already done that before from scratch, so I could see how you get a couple of mortgage companies to start sending you. So that would be the income for me. And I like what Mitch says about your network is your net worth. So I would spend some money on myself, probably do like Grant Cardone's, find the 20 grand or get credit cards or run to the back of the room. Because once you've got those people, like say in the platinum club or whatever the hell they call it, silver. I think my first purchase would be a 20 unit. It would not be small. It would be big with other people's money. And that's and then immediately your net worth is way up there. So I would have the real estate and business. Those would be my two focuses from the beginning.
Now, you've got 5 kids and a wife. How would you handle housing for say the Roatan house got swept away by the government? And would you do it from Roatan? Would you do it from Roatan? Would you move to Florida to build a business?
Well, if I don't have the Roatan house, it's certainly I don't know the answer to that. I think I could do it from both places. So stay here and still run it, have a salesperson, or maybe just be boots on the ground in Florida. Yeah. I just think that Florida has a ton of opportunities for agency and you can scale up pretty quickly, and then just add staff as you're going. Like, so maybe for the first 6 months, you're doing all the work yourself. Then you're picking up a paralegal, then you're picking up another paralegal. And I think that's pretty quickly scalable, but I guess that would have to be in Florida. So, yeah.
I agree with you. I like that model. You go straight into a business and just start scaling the business. That's good. All right. So mine, what would I do? So I haven't actually thought about it because I was so busy coming up with the idea that I didn't have time to think about like what I would actually do. I mean, I've thought about it a lot, but in this situation, like I'm inspired by you guys because your plans are much faster. So I think you're right about the business. First thing I would do would definitely be I would be thinking about money. Like that'd be my first concept. And I would go straight towards taking on probably contracting work, like fix it handyman stuff. That'd be my first easy play because selling real estate, getting my real estate license, like that's kind of that's a struggle. But landscaping, painting, flooring, anything along those lines, like
I
the
didn't
easy
expect
stuff.
that. I didn't expect that at all. I thought you were going to say you're going to offer a course that you haven't created yet, get everybody to pay the 10 grand.
I'm with you.
And
Like I didn't
then
like I went
go
a route
do
where
it.
like it wasn't
Landscape.
something that was a job or work. Like those are plenty of options. I can be like, I'll on the right deals for people. I'm like thinking, I'm like, all right, how can I still basically not have a job but create income? And like out of all people, he went straight like swinging a hammer. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Oh, I hadn't said swing the hammer. Hold on, I'm not done yet. But I would absolutely go and build a construction company. Like that would be the play for me. But I would not do it from like, I would not get my license. I would simply be the marketer of that business.
Gotcha.
I would go to the property managers in the state and I would lock down all of their business and just have my team go out and do the work. Now, coaching wise, yes, I would obviously use my coaching skills to draw in all of my clients. So I'd be coaching how property managers can get their next level, like how to really scale up by systemizing and automating the management side, the physical labor side. So that would, again, bring in streams of income. Yes, bring in the network, and I just take the management company, the physical labor company across the state. And I would buy a ton of real estate because all my boys and girls would be property managers with the first right of refusal.
That's awesome. So you'd hire Ron again, or you?
No, like if like that. This is like with none of my partners. Like I would go in and I would bring. So this is the difference. This time I would bring in a CEO instead of bringing a partner on that side. If I brought in a partner, it'd have to be a tremendous capital partner. Because this time I know how to just bring in the right managers. With Ron, like he came in as a capital partner, I came in as a capital partner, and we just kind of built together. If I had to start over again, like I would just bring in employees.
Right.
Same way, like I could totally scale up way faster.
Yeah, smart. I love that. And so we'll all be back to our net worth in 6 months, right?
It would be a grind, but yeah, I could definitely hit my net worth. I know for sure if I did the right size deal and with the right property management network, I could definitely get there. Yeah.
No,
I think what's happened to me from the last 3 or 4 years,
building the company, building out the business, Mike, that's what would slam the net worth in.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking that because of Alchemist Nation, I'm not so afraid of getting other people's money at this point. I feel like I could find OPM for the net worth side. I mean, you're not going to get cash flow in the first year because you've got to stabilize the asset. But at least now we know that there are people out there, and once they trust you, like and trust you. You got their money. You don't have to, you don't have to put your own money in. So.
Yeah, I think in the end it forces you to like basically look at and fall back on your skills. You know what I mean? Like so. I wasn't even like, I have a network now, but I was thinking about it like, it doesn't matter. I can build a network. Like I just have that skill of being able to connect the right people to the right thing. So all I got to do is just show up to a meetup and start from scratch.
Yep.
You know, like I'm looking at it like literally clean slate, like everything's wiped.
Yep.
You know, it's totally like skills.
That's why I said I would go and do like Grant Cardone, because number one, they always say when you've got no money, the first thing you should invest in is yourself.
Yeah.
And so you go to one of those meetings, but I've seen from our other partners like Melanie and Kim and all that, the people that they've met like right away, one weekend, like people with like millions and millions of dollars of net worth, and you know, know, like, and trust, and they give you the money to go get those bigger projects. So
100%. Like it's a really cool, fun, like thought exercise for everybody who's watching. Go like, share, subscribe, send this to someone who's saying they can't make money right now. Like we have 24 millionaires we built in the last 3 years, and there's more millionaires currently in process being built. And there's like most of our community is crushing it. A lot of them are in the 100,000 earner range. Some of them are in the 250,000 earner range. And everybody who's under that is growing. They're on their way up right now during a recession. They're improving, increasing their income, and we're seeing it. Like
we're helping them. It's really fun to see more and more people just kind of through Alchemist Nation. It's cool. I love it.
The summit was wild. Mike, you got the shirt on, right? The 100 Millionaires Summit was wild. We had a whole bunch of successful people in the room and people who are becoming millionaires, like on their way. And it was the coolest networking of the year. You know, we network a lot. We're at Grant Cardone's events, we're at Tony Robbins events, we're at Russell Brunson's events.
Yeah.
And like we get to be in some really cool rooms with a lot of really cool people. And like the summit is just, I guess it's our group, right? It's the people who kind of attracted to the same mission from all these other places. And they're like, yeah, this we agree with. We want to be millionaires, we want to build millionaires. And it's
and one of the cool things was I noticed that on Sunday when the Crypto Cat was up there was like a shift. And you could see that the people, so the goal is that we're going to turn these people into millionaires. Wherever they are, they're going to be. But you could feel, you know, it started on Friday, or if you were VIP on Thursday, but say Friday, Saturday, I was sitting in the back of the room and I felt a shift where people in the room who may not have believed that they could become a millionaire by next October I could feel it. I could feel in the room that people believed it from like when questions were asked of them, that they know now that they can become millionaires. And I don't think any of those other, like Tony Robbins or anything, has that sort of specific goal. So yeah, it was really cool to watch. So yeah, millionaires, lots of them.
Mitch, that's what we do. We build millionaires. To the point. What would you say last night? He came up with a slogan.
Oh, do you want me to say that?
Yeah, he came up with a slogan for the summit.
I was poking Walter. I was like, bro, I'm like, I think you need to make the message clearer. I'm like, especially for the summit. And I was like, we need to make it provocative. So like, literally, this just popped in my head. I was just like, it's like, what do? I build millionaires by any means necessary. And then in parentheses, morally, legally, and ethically.
It's a divine inspiration right there, Mitch.
Yeah, and we know Mitch is like the king of marketing ideas. So if it came from Mitch, I'm like, okay, by any means necessary, we're going to start saying that. And that is the truth of it, right? With whatever it takes, crypto, we use stocks, we use business, we use real estate. Like,
and if I was broke and starting over, I'd be like, sweet, I need royalties on my marketing lines.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, I did want to say one thing. We're talking about this this experiment. If you had zero, I'm happy that it's just theoretical. That's what I was thinking while we were talking. I'm like,
no zero.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to the grind. I don't want to go back to that, you know, the not knowing what's happening. Like, what do I do next? Like,
to close out the podcast, Mike is going to say, what happens? Money comes to us easily, and say the thing.
Yeah. Wait, I can find it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. And like, if you think about it, Mike, you got 5 kids, right? So your 5 kids are all thinking this. Like, they know Mike is going to live to be, like, dad's going to live to be 150 years old. So like, inheritance is not an option. So what are they?
Well, no, hold on. It's like Shaq said, all right? Shaquille O'Neal's the best dad ever. He's like, no. We're not rich. I'm rich.
All right, ready? So large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis, in the best interest of all, that I get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously. Boom.
Boom.
I love it. Boom. And that's been the affirmation. I listened to it 2 nights in a row, and I noticed like just a dramatic change within my demeanor, the things that I was doing, my business, the conversations with my partners. And so like now my partners are like, whoa, like what's going on? It's like, dude, like we're just gonna be super focused from now on. Like we're just getting the right things done. Half of these projects are never gonna be, you know, valuable to the community. They're never gonna do it. Like, it's just, they were fun ideas, but they don't actually have to get done. And then this is what matters. Like, this is the one thing that really you're focused on this, and it generates income for us, for them. And let's just stay focused on one thing. And like for us, we're genuine. I believe it's marketing right now. Like, if I focus on the marketing and sales and teaching marketing and sales and sharing marketing and sales and doing marketing and sales, then how can anybody within the community not have the one thing they need, which is the right relationships, right?
Well, if you keep listening to that video, you're going to also have windfalls. You're going to just have like a random large sum of money just come to you from, I don't know, they'll say, oh, you refied, or, oh, wait, you credit owed, or something like Monopoly, bank error.
Still a portfolio, take $3-4 million out of nowhere. Like, yeah, it's already coming.
Awesome.
Like,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It is wild. In fact, yesterday I woke up and a good friend of mine was like, hey, you know, I owe you $3,500. He's like, can you like, where do you want me to send it? I was like, PayPal, my friend. They're like, PayPal, brother, send it through.
Brenda called National Grid yesterday or whatever it is. It's I think like Rhode Island Energy, because I was getting messages on my phone that, National Grid, which I said, Brenda, we must not have paid some bill. She calls up and the guy's like, no, actually you have a credit here, another credit here. And she ended up with like $300 and something in credits. So the guy was like, that's amazing.
National Grid, it's really amazing.
We're sending you money.
Yeah, large sums of money. Yeah.
From unknown and unknown sources.
That's right.
So it's 100 millionaires inspired to build 100 millionaires. Go to ibuildmillionaires.com and register for this Saturday's free webinar. We're going to do the 52 weeks to wealth, one of the 52 wealth principles like we do every single week. In fact, this week is wealth principle 41. Create an environment that will force you to grow. And the book of the week.
Yeah.
You want to tell them the book of the week?
Book of the week is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I love this book.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
So, Mike, take us out of here, brother.
We build millionaires by any means possible.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Massive income from passive income.
Mitch, how do we get it?
We organize and collect so we can build millionaires by any means necessary. That's morally, legally, and ethically.
So the point is not to work, it's to generate income, which is why we build millionaires through any means necessary, as long as it's moral, ethical, and legal. This message will not self-destruct, but your business might if you don't take action.
Bye, guys.
Later, Mike.
Mike.
See ya.